Hi guys, welcome.
Hello.
It's all work and no play.
Yeah, makes me a tired boy.
Just.
So
So we knew we were taking on a big project.
yes, we did.
Not this big.
No, not at all.
It's a huge project. Huge
it is.
project.
Yes, it is. Anybody else who's doing such a project, don't set yourself a timeline. It's what it is. Go with the flow.
You got to, because you're going to do it right, and you don't know how long it's going to take you because you don't know, as in our case, what you're going to discover.
Yeah.
Watch the video and find out what we've discovered.
Indeed.
It's
Interesting.
like that word.
Yes.
Covers a multitude of things.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi to all our new subscribers. Appreciate you giving us a chance.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hi to all our regular subscribers. Thank you so much for watching.
Cool, guys.
Absolutely. Comments welcome as always. Really appreciate those.
Yes.
And if you haven't already subscribed, we would appreciate if you did. Please consider subscribing below. Everybody hit that thumbs up.
Yes.
Watch us on the journey because this is quite something, I can assure you. We didn't know we were letting ourselves in for.
No.
I think you might be quite surprised.
Yes. A little bit.
Catch you later.
Oh, yes. So, got Andy and Sharon here to have a look. We've brought us some macros. There's Andy.
Good job because we need them.
I've got my brain cell protector on.
You've got a thing hanging out like you're wearing jewellery.
Lillian, does Andy need a brain cell protector?
Yes, if you're going to stand
Yes,
there.
you've got to
I'm
put
so
your
glad
hats
you
on.
didn't get the pink one.
No, it's a special thing.
It's a special thing.
Yeah, it is, yeah. See, look.
It's safe now.
Safe now.
If the roof comes down, I will live.
Yes. Right, we'll see what's up there.
Safety glasses.
Yours are over there.
No, not there.
Okay.
Yeah, better have them as well, aren't
On
I?
the air defenders.
Yeah, I'm half deaf
Don't say
anyway.
anything.
Just keep quiet, it'll be
I'm half
fine.
deaf anyway. Yeah, I better put these on then.
Now you can't see anything because they're scratched.
I don't care. Let me sneeze. Go on, go for it.
See what's there. Go for it.
Wow. What can we see? What can we see?
You need a torch.
As we thought.
Oh. Spain.
That's fantastic. So this is all false.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your original cave ceiling is
I
there.
love it.
And this.
I'm going to get a touch. It's bone dry.
Not as wet as it was. It's not bad actually. It's not
Oh.
bad.
I'll go and get the torch. Can you see? What can you see? Are these holding the ceiling up? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Oh, that is a real shame.
Do you think so?
Yes.
With those little this. How much soap things and that's all the.
No, across the lintels.
Lintels have been
Cemented
cemented up onto the ceiling.
It doesn't matter because
That's a shame.
when you line wash it, you can line wash the list.
Yeah.
Like the work be.
Yeah. We've made a decision, a bit. Andy's having a look.
My face.
If the worst comes to the worst, and we've got to get somebody in to now actually to have a look to make doubly sure, we'll just keep them in and keep the ceiling revealed. There's Andy, look, reforming his own property here. What do you think, Sharon? Mad as a box of
I'm
roses.
saying nothing.
I love it because I've never worked on a cave before.
Well,
Especially one in the road.
with somebody else's. Okay, so
Got a handprint.
yeah. Hey, we've got our own mezzanine. all the best YouTubers have a mezzanine, apparently. Oh,
Good
did
enough
I
for
say
a
that out
hamster.
loud?
We've got two.
Well, now you can see, well, hopefully, this lintel is absolutely wet through.
That's the end of it.
Sodden.
I think we should remove the shelves and leave the lintels in.
Okay.
Can't do any harm.
And it can easily be plastered to look nice.
Knock
Put
on
those in.
edges of it. Just
Okay, if you're happy with that,
Yeah.
then that's the way we'll go. If we can get rid of all these bardocks all the way across,
It'll dry
the worst
out.
that's going to happen is it's going to dry out.
it's going to be able to breathe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can plaster these up nicely to meet that, and it'll look lovely.
That was doing
And
nothing.
you've got these
Yeah.
as security because they do go right into the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Belt and braces sort of thing, but yeah, you don't need the bar. That's all they're doing is trapping.
All they're doing,
moisture
yeah, exactly,
into you.
exactly.
Which is what you're trying to get rid of.
Well, Andy and Sean are gone. Thank you very much, guys, for being with the acros.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
Bits everywhere. So we have revealed raw Spain. There is no plaster old to see here. There are some bits there which could be from when if there was a plastered ceiling and it came down, it may have left some bits behind. If you remember the photographs that we did in a video a long time ago in Cave 1, when that ceiling came down, we had this similar finish.
Yes, we did. Right, beginning of day 3. I've achieved quite a lot. It doesn't seem like I have, but we're definitely in full agreement that I've achieved quite a bit. There's a fair bit to come off, and obviously got to be careful. So I intend to get this wall cleared today. And maybe make a start on here. Well, I've got to be careful on that one. Right, well, that's interesting. Some more wood there, and some more wood there. I believe that possibly could have been. Don't know. But this stuff, the original covering on the wall that I removed over there, is smooth as. And it's solid. It's hard. It's damp, but it's still hard. It's not like it was there, where it was absolutely sodden saturated. I used the flat bladed chisel as opposed to the spike. And it just peels off. Just peeled off. Look, it's the thickness of this. And it's wet through. You can see what's damp on the floor from it. I'm going to take a step back from that. I'm going to send Lily a picture, she's at work, and see what she wants me to do. Okay, a little bit of research. I might be keeping this wall. I'm not taking it off. I'm going to try and restore it. That'd be a nice feature wall. Obviously I'll have to do lime up there or something like that, I don't know. Just checking out this, taking the cover off this pillar, and it's a secondary build. So, with all these lintels in place, I can't see a reason for taking the lintels away. It must be for structural thing, so we're going to definitely keep them. We're not going to check into it with a structural engineer, because I think even if they said okay, I think we'll be a little bit nervous. So we're going to keep them. This pillar's made of rocks. I'm going to take all this coating off, especially this stuff, and get it all off, and hopefully expose the rocks. I'm not going to go too crazy for now, but just get all this damp off, and then hope that then it chips out, as opposed to me going at it with a machine and possibly dislodging something, and get all this plaster off. A fair amount of time later, I've revealed most of this pillar arch, etched stone. That is going to look awesome if it gets pointed, which I think it will be doing. So we need to invest in another tool just to break out just all small bits. It's actually not built into this part of the wall. It's actually separate. You can see the old plaster behind. It was obviously an addition for whatever reason. We're thinking structural, actually. And this is a stone wall, a dryish stone wall, so to speak. and it is bone dry down here. It gets damp from about here and going up.
Finished work today.
Yes.
Came home to see all the work you'd done.
Yes.
Before I got a chance to see it,
Yes.
I had to rush off to the vets for Loki.
Yes.
He was trying to drink and choking. Couldn't see anything in his mouth, but obviously he just got him to the vets. They think he might have been stung in his throat by a wasp. We've got an awful lot of wasps hanging around their water bowl. So he's had an anti-inflammatory, an antihistamine, and we'll just keep a close eye on him for 24 hours. He seems much better now.
Yes. He's asleep in the cold.
In the call, yes, yeah. So, I can now look and see what you've achieved. And it's
Not that much.
a bigger job than I thought we were going to have to do to redo it.
Yes, but
It's a lot. Oh my, isn't it beautiful?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hopefully it'll be the same the other side.
Yeah.
Don't know. So we're going to start taking the bardos out of the ceiling because these lintels yesterday, that one there and this one here, were absolutely saturated. As you saw on the video earlier. So we're expecting the rest of them to be the same. So we're going to get these sealy bits out and then hopefully they'll dry out.
Air's got to help at the end of the day, we know that for the caves. So I don't know if you can see that on here. I'll just move the camera. It's these ones up here we're going to start with.
Mattress protecting.
Oh yes, we saved an old mattress to put on the floor. So when all this hits the floor, it's not going to smash these floor tiles that are not replaceable.
Yes.
They're no longer made.
Done a bit of a break around. What?
What? Wait, don't touch it.
Well, there's a plastered ceiling up there and a bag of something. Well, I suppose that's one way of getting rid of your rubbish.
I suppose.
Ice. Wet through.
Okay, let's keep smashing and we'll stop and record if we find anything interesting. There's the cable.
Yeah, and there's some roots.
So what we've got here, so I'm walking around a mattress we've got protection on the floor. We think we now know why these lintels have been put in. As we can see, we've got the lintel, we've got the bardos. This ceiling fell in. You can see the original plaster, the clay plaster they put on above it, and this literally just came down. They've made it as good as best they can and put the lintels in to make it safe. They didn't think to remove the rest of this. And just up there, it's a piece of wood, or the end of a piece of wood. You can see up in here in the clay. I'm doing this at full stretch so I can't point for you. Up there, it's a bit of tile.
I was going to say, could the bits of wood actually be the canes that they used to use
I don't
for
think so.
strengthening?
It's a big fat one here. It's this
okay.
round.
Yeah.
We've left that one in because the light's hanging off it at the minute.
Yes.
But definitely would say that it used to be plastered. One point it was pink again, and then it had white plastic paint, which is also no good for caves. And this ceiling obviously fell in. I feel a bit like a paleontologist. Is it paleontologists that look at things underground as to what happened in the past?
Miners do that.
Miners do that as well. Whatever, don't know. So here's another bit of plaster that's come off that ceiling. We found it loose up amongst those lintels. So, there is the thickness of the plaster. There's my finger for size. There is the thickness of the original clay plaster they used to use. Can't remember what the name is, I'll have to look it up for you.
Yeah.
But this stuff is of type of plaster.
Okay, so the bit I just spotted was the very first layer that the clay's been put onto.
Yes, I was just getting to that.
Okay, sorry. I thought
So-
you didn't see it.
If you then keep going here, trying to get this to focus and all the rest of it, and not fall over. There is the original plaster. So it had a really thin layer of plaster.
Oops, sorry. The lintel's just gone to sleep.
Oh dear. Okay, I'll look at that in a minute. So what I've just taken off there, you can see there that is the original plaster. And then this side is rock. So that was the ceiling. Then it had this thin layer of plaster. Then over time somebody put this thick layer of plaster on, the clay plaster. And then it had another layer of plaster on top of that. And then what probably actually, apart from the weight of this, did the problem to the whole thing was it was painted in plastic paint. Okay, so the big noise I just heard, and I said I'll look at that in a minute. There you go.
We've got poorly lintel.
The lintel has been destroyed
By rust.
So lintels consist of concrete with metal bars in them. And when the water gets in,
You have to get snip that off so we don't accidentally do anything.
yeah,
Stab
rusty. Rust makes metal, as it were, or the air it's in bigger, and it blows the concrete. So that lintel is trashed.
Doing us on call because somebody's a person that tells me things. Mrs. Bossy Pants.
Oh,
Okay, so this ceiling is also plastered. What's that? My glasses are all stinned up, is it?
hook, a circle,
A ring?
a ring.
Okay. And what could that have been for?
I don't know, a light in the middle of the room with.
I
with the
know
running cables.
in ancient times some people of certain places were short, but you wouldn't hang a light off that. You'd bang your head on
Yeah, you
it.
would. There are some very, very little people living around here. Careful you don't damage the thing.
I think even a hobbit would bang their head on that one if that was a light hanging off it. That can stay there, the feature. It looks like it's had string on it as well. Huh? It wobbles within itself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Don't know.
And it's weird because the plaster on this goes round. So
Yes.
this lintel's butted up to that.
Yeah, and the one on the other side is not quite butted up to it, but I can see, if you stand here,
Okay.
look up.
I can't really see anything through these little steamy windows.
Take your steering windows off a second, you can see light through there.
Okay. Are you sure I'm looking through my ear?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's quite prickly, whatever it is. I'm going to put them in. The only way I can think about putting them in is to smash them in.
Go on then, smash it out.
Like that.
Ha! Look. There's this ring. But there's a space where there was something else. And something else metal.
Do you reckon about it? Oh,
And look, there was a bar across it.
Oh, what that was for? Oh well. Right, we'll carry on and then have a better look later.
Yes.
This stuff's prickly. Tinsel!
No way!
Tinsel!
Yep, it's tinsel. That's gonna be the most random thing to find in a ceiling at all. Tinsel.
No money, cash! God, the humidity's going up again.
Yeah, all this dampness coming out of
Yeah,
the
everything.
rock and everything that's been trapped.
Yeah. Oh, we expected to find a big tree root in this lot, and we haven't. So, yay.
That's a good thing, exactly. There's been a few
Little feeder roots and that lot.
little roots like that
Yeah.
from pine tree of our neighbours that we had removed, and there was also one in the street that we had removed. Got a town hall to remove that.
Yes. Well, the neighbour wanted rid of his tree as well, but because they're protected, he wasn't allowed
Exactly.
until it could be proven that it was damaging our property.
Yeah.
As I said, it's only damaging your patio.
So yeah, that's gone. So that's good. We
Yes.
were expecting a big tree root in here. Don't know why we had it in our heads. There was one.
I was convinced there would have been one. Soon what see. Right, I'll get these out into the skip. We'll get this cleared
Get the
up.
stock
then
cleared up.
Next one.
Yeah. Well, enough is enough. And
Okay, go on. I don't know the rest of the words.
so we started with. Where did we start with? We started taking these roof bar shelf things out. We found that's definitely been a roof collapse in the past. Here you can see a great big chunk up there. It's been made good with cement. This is the thickness of the plaster that they put on there. There's my, I can get my tiptoes. That's my hand showing that how deep it is. We've left this one in to leave the light on for now. And this original plaster actually goes down in a curve, but doesn't up there where they smashed it to put a lintel in. Where we've removed the centre shelves here, we found as a thing, and there was a thing here before with screwed in. I don't know what they would have had hanging in the middle here.
That had tinsel still hanging off it, didn't
It had tinsel on it, yes, yeah. But you can see here the good plaster from this arch, plastered all the way up, and it's the same on the other side. We're going to have somebody come and have a look for us, but we don't think this lintel is actually doing anything. It was literally put to then have something to put those shelf things on.
Yeah, but it's got rot inside
And
it.
it also has rot inside
So
it.
it's got to be, if it's necessary, we've got to replace it. If it's not necessary, we'll just try and get rid of it.
Exactly. Definitely been a ceiling cave-in, all the different heights. And I showed you on the piece that's now in the skip, with a very thin layer of plaster, then more plaster, more plaster. It's definitely caved in at some point.
And there it's looks like we're going to have to break some off.
Okay, so here, I don't know how well the camera picks it up.
Yeah.
You see there's kind of a shelf of rock there, then there's another layer here. This layer, this pinkier layer, we don't think is stable. We're going to have a go at this to take it off. We don't want it coming off of its own
And if you
accord.
just step to one side, please.
Yes.
Here, look. It's loose.
Yeah.
So
We've got to go back to solid
got to go back to solid.
before replastering.
And that's why the wheelie barrow's there. So if it does fall, it falls in the wheelie barrow, that means I don't have to pick so much up.
So done and done in,
Yes.
but achieved a lot. Look, you can see here, this is drying out, how dark grey it is up here and light grey it is there. More so over there. It's not a trick of the light, that is
It's drying out
it
already.
drying out already.
Yeah. So,
Lots more to do, but lots done.
yes, so day 4, am I doing this wall
Yes, please.
or am I going round?
Do this for.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Right, it's beer o'clock.
Yeah, it is.